Alcohol consumption is so centered around the saloon, and that's a very, very male space. Respectable women didn't really go in saloons. If they drank at home, and they might drink wine, or they might drink patent medicines, which have a really potent mix of questionable ingredients like laudanum and cannabis, and other ingredients that we later find are actually really dangerous.
Patent medicines were what we would call just over-the-counter drugs today. They mostly consisted of a large percentage of alcohol. These had various other additives. In a lot of cases, they were natural, so-called natural remedies such as leaves and roots. But in addition, they might contain things like opium, morphine. Some had cocaine, and they had a lot of other addictive substances. So these things really packed a wallop. And if somebody believed in dosing themselves with a patent medicine, say a couple of teaspoons a day, they were getting a pretty good jolt of narcotic and alcoholic substances.
These so-called patent medicines were positioned to cure all kinds of ills. Anything that ailed you, you could find a patent medicine that was supposed to cure. And so drugs were pretty freely available. If you had an opium habit, you could drink laudanum, which was a mixture of alcoholic spirits and opium that was used as a general cure-all for practically anything. It cured aches and pains, it cured fevers. It was used to treat the symptoms of cholera and dysentery. It was used for feminine complaints. And because it was highly addictive in time, you were drinking laudanum to cure your desire for laudanum.
A lot of times people would take that just to relieve any kind of pain that they had, including giving it to their children, perhaps teething children. There were syrups and elixirs and things like that that contained an extremely high content of opium and morphine, and that would keep them quiet. In fact, some women who couldn't afford a babysitter would give their child, a young child, say a year-old, big dose of one of these soothing elixirs in the morning, go off to work, and the child would sleep all day.
And so children at a very early age either became addicted or sometimes they died of overdoses because their parents cared.